Hey y'all, welcome back to Correctional Junkie, the podcast where we talk all things correctional healthcare from the inside out. I'm your host, Nurse B, and this is episode 25. Now, on today's episode, we're going to talk about when staff turn on staff in corrections. In this line of work, we're trained to expect danger from inmates. We're taught to watch the tears, monitor body language, always stay alert. But what happens when the danger doesn't come from the population we supervise? It comes from our own coworkers. Today's episode is about something we don't like to admit. Staff turning on staff in corrections. The betrayals, the backstabbing, the silent treatment, the radio calls that go unanswered. This isn't just workplace drama. This is life and death. And for those of us working behind those walls, the wounds from our coworkers can cut deeper than anything an inmate could ever do. Stay with me, because today we're going to unpack what it looks like when staff turn on staff, why it happens, the consequences, and what needs to change. Now, first, let's talk about why. Why does betrayal happen in corrections? Competition and envy? Promotions, overtime assignments, the fight for better posts. People feel overlooked, so they lash out. Burnout and stress. The pressure is so high. Sometimes it's easier to turn your anger on a coworker than to admit the system itself is crushing you, right? The culture of corrections, the macho attitudes, the silence, the idea that weakness can't be shown. It creates an environment where betrayal doesn't just happen. Sometimes it's normalized. And when betrayal is normalized, safety goes out the window. Morale plummets. And that's when manipulation creeps in. Because trust me, inmates know when staff aren't united. And they exploit it, right? Let me share some real experiences. These aren't names or exact details because protecting staff is important. But these are real stories. And if you've worked in corrections, chances are you've seen something like this yourself. All right, the rumor mill. This was a nurse. I'm going to call her Maria. So Maria did her job. She saw another staff member slipping favors to an inmate. And, she reported it. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Uphold the standards, protect safety. But instead of, being thanked, she became the target. So what do y'all think happened? The break room went cold. Conversations died when she walked in. rumors started. She's a snitch. Mhm. Don't trust her. Mhm. And then she started noticing that important updates weren't reaching her. Information was being deliberately left out. And one day she told me, I don't fear the inmates half as much as I fear the way my own team looks at me. Now I want y'all to think about that. Let that sit with you for a moment. Just resonate with you. She didn't quit because she couldn't handle inmates, okay? She left because she couldn't survive the betrayal from her own coworkers. Now, last week on episode 24, I did the one on the disrespect from leadership, right? And it kind of was similar to a little bit like this, but it was leadership that was the issue with why staff was leaving. Same thing, betrayal. It's not because of the inmates. It's because of staff. Once again, when you can't trust your own teammates, your team is what keeps us together. You're only as strong as your team, right? You're only as strong as your team. So if you have a weak team, then your team is going to fall apart. And slowly, one at a time, people are going to leave. Right? All right, but in another story, I call this one the silent radio. So in another facility, it's an officer. I call him, his name, I'm going by Derek. Had tensions with some of his team members, grudges, old conflicts. You know how that goes. So one night, things popped off on the chair. Chaos, inmates, pushing, yelling, testing him. So he got on the radio that he needed backup now. And the radio stayed silent. He called again, same silence. Later, some admitted they heard him. They just didn't choose to respond right away because they didn't like him. Do y'all hear that? Let me repeat that again. The people who were supposed to have his back chose not to in the middle of danger. That silence could have cost him his life. If you ever work a tier, you know how fast things can change? Seconds matter. Seconds can be the difference between walking out and being carried out. Did you hear that? Seconds matter. Seconds can be the difference between walking out and being carried out. They just didn't respond right away because they didn't like him. Right? I mean, come on, people. Were we in kindergarten, third grade, middle school, high school? We are adults. Adults. Hello, grown people. Grown people that pay bills, right? And majority of y'all have children. Hello. Hello. Okay, in the third story, I call this one the cold shoulder, right? And then there was Janet, is her name. She was good at her job, but suddenly she noticed things changing. She walked into the break room and conversations would stop. She asked about updates and found out later she was deliberately left out. Finally, she went to her supervisor. She asked, "Why am I being excluded? What's happening?" And the answer she got was, "That's just how it is. Toughen up." That's what betrayal looks like when it's not loud, not a fight, not a radio call, but a quiet daily exclusion that chips away at your confidence. Janet once said, "The inmates don't scare me. It's the cold shoulders from my own coworkers that make me not want to come back." That's how morale dies. Not with a bang, but with silence. Y'all hear that? With silence. With silence. With silence. That's how it's done. With silence. I mean, it's sad that staff in corrections, as bad as we need each other in this field, that we get to a point where we act like we're in high school, right? And it's us against each other. It's bad enough that technically it's us versus the inmates, but then we get where it's us versus us. And the inmates sit and they watch, and they become to take part in it, because that's how they get their way, right? By exploiting the situation. It is just funny as hell. It's just funny as hell. It's stupid. It really is very stupid. But it shows you the maturity level of a lot of adults. It really shows you the maturity level. Who has control at home and who don't have control at home, because they come to work to have control at work. So when people have control at their household at home, they don't come to work to control work. But when they don't have control at home, then they come to work to find control. That's just how that works. And it's interesting how that is, unfortunately. It really is. Because when staff turn on staff, the impact is devastating. I mean, it's super devastating. On safety, if we don't trust each other, we hesitate. We second guess. And in this job, hesitation can get someone hurt. Okay? On morale, betrayal isolates people. Staff walk away not because they can't handle inmates, but because they can't handle their coworkers. It's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I say it all the time. I only got 2 cheeks. I'm not Jesus. Okay? I cannot walk on water, and I cannot help the blind see. Okay? I can't do it. So at some point, you have to make a decision between your career, if this is your career, or your job, making your money, and walking away. You have to make a decision, because so many people will make you lose your religion, okay? On professionalism, when betrayal becomes normal, the duty to intervene weakens. We stop holding each other accountable. So what happens? The system rots from the inside out. It does. It truly does. What looks like such a nice place to work, it really does. I mean, you know what? Some of these institutions, y'all, I'd be so excited when I get there. And then after a couple weeks, you start to see the cracks in the walls, right? And you're like, no wonder they always be short. Oh my God, right? Oh my God, the staff are horrible. Oh my God. You start hearing all the rumors and you start seeing all the bad baggage, and what's really going on up in here and with the leadership and, the staff on staff crap, right? And who's bringing in the drugs and who is gossiping and who's just not compliant, who's complacent, right? Who's breaking all the damn rules, right? Just giving inmates all stuff. What are you doing? Not following policy, It ain't even on the damn mark. You're just giving away all the time off, okay? What are you doing, right? It's just like, what the hell is going on, right? You're like, oh my God, this place is damn zoo. And the only thing you can think is, I got to get up out of here. I got to go. What's wrong with these people? And these people have no problem with it because in their mind, they thinking, I get all the overtime I want. That's all you hear, right? You're like, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy. All of y'all gonna be sitting in the court system and losing your damn license one at a time. Or these inmates gonna have y'all in court because you're bringing in stuff for them. You can see it. You see the writing on the walls. You see it, right? And it's just crazy. Just damn crazy. Crazy. So, how do we fix it, right? I mean, how do we fix it? How do we stop turning on each other? I mean, leadership has to step up, of course. I mean, not just with the policy, but with culture. I mean, leaders need to address the conflict, not ignore it. And how about don't be a part of the problem, right? I mean, in some of these institutions, leadership is the problem. I mean, I'm just being honest. I've seen it go down, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I got to go. This is too much for me. Yeah, I have seen it go down, and it's not good. Corrections has truly taken a turn. And I can't say a turn for the better, a turn for the worse to me. I mean, I know I've only been in this for 13, well, going on 14 years now, but dang, in this amount of time that I have been in it, and going, because I go to different institutions across the country, I get to see how it's done differently, right? And the different governors that are over these different institutions, right? So it is done differently, but it's I wish that they had one system all together for everybody, right? Like one all together. Like all the governors would just get together in one freaking room and come up with one big plan, right? Look, this is how we should run it, all of them together. And this is how it all should be. In that way, there would be nothing different. Nothing different. If they all could just come up with that, and then they would allow all the head wardens to get together, right? with them. All the head nurses, right, to get with them in that same room, and everybody just congregate together, right? I mean, you know how much better all these systems together could work? Oh my God. So much stuff would work better together, y'all. But you know, when people just come up with their own way to do stuff in every state, um, it make it harder for people. It really truly do. It really do. And maybe I'm gonna go on a little off a little bit, but I just really feel like every state does something better in the prison system. But if each state took what they do better and they all combined it, our prison and jail system would run so much better together. It really would. But they would all have to agree to come together. You know what I mean? They really would. They have to get past all this red and blue shit. Excuse my expression, but they really would. They have to get past all that. And just come together for the greater good of the institution, and for the officers and the nurses, the psych techs, um, the CMAs across the country, um, your CNAs across the country, your PCTs across the country, everyone that they use in the establishments in all of these institutions. If they could just do that, oh my gosh, they would have a awesome, awesome system that will work. You know what I mean? Would really work. And all they would have to do is just come together, and allow everyone to be able to say, this is what works best in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and combined it. Yeah, yeah. Peers need to hold each other accountable. Okay? I mean, if you see the betrayal happening, come on, call it out. Once again, I'm back to this. Don't stay silent. I'm back to that again. That silent treatment. You know, don't stay silent. We have got to speak up. We have got to speak up. Do y'all teach y'all kids to be quiet when they see stuff happening? So if you're not teaching your children to do that, why are you doing it at work? Why are you watching your coworker be done wrong and you're okay with it? If you don't want that to happen to your child. If you're not teaching your child to, oh no, don't say nothing, just be quiet. Because when if it happened to you, you want them to be quiet and nobody to come to your defense. You see how that sounds? Stupid. So stop doing it, please. Please stop doing it. Because you want someone to come to your defense. You want someone to speak up and say something for your child and for your family member and for yourself. So if you see something, say something. Speak up. Everybody, you worry about retaliation. You know, Well, you know what? We all are grown, right? Grown people. Damn it, we all are grown people. Everybody walk around talking sporty out their mouth and saying, oh, if they do me like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Well, God damn it, do it then. Right? Speak up. And make sure when they try to come for you, handle your business. How about that? But speak up. Because it's so much better when we can all come together and speak up and shut these few little people down. Shut them down. We have to stand strong. And we have to show our kids we're not afraid. Because when we show our kids that we are weak and we are afraid to speak up, when our kids have problems at school, guess what? They ain't coming to you. That's why half of y'all don't be doing nothing. Because they think you are weak. They're like, no, I'm not going to tell her. No, she ain't going to do nothing. Because she's scared to do something on her own job. That's what they think. They think you weak. That's why your kids won't come to you now. Because they scared you're weak. You can't fight. You're not strong. Let me tell you something. When kids know you that parent that kicked the door in, oh baby, they finna come tell you. Oh, I'm telling my mama, because let me tell you what my mama gonna do. Mama gonna come kick your door in. Yes, that's how kids are. When they know their mama and their daddy gonna kick your door in, oh, they come to tell them the business. My mama ain't scared of nobody. Yeah, when they know that they got that fearless mama, that fearless daddy, they ain't scared of nobody. That they gonna kick the door in. Yeah, so you gotta demonstrate that in your work life for your kids to see it. Because your kids hear everything and they see everything when you think they're not paying attention. They are. They really are. They know you work corrections. They hear those conversations that you be having on the phone with your coworkers that become your good friends at home, that you're hanging out with, talking to on the phone, going shopping with, or whatever you do with. So speak up. Speak up and show your kids that, you know what? I fight. I fight. I fight for what's right. I stand up. Because your kids need to see you doing that. They need to see it. Everything that we do at work, in corrections, is a reflection on our lives at home, whether we know it or not. It really, truly is. It is a reflection. Now, facilities need real support. I mean, they have it set up where no one has to know who's doing the reporting, right? They got those anonymous reporting channels, right? They got the mental health resources. They got conflict resolution training, right? I mean, because think about it. You know, when you need the mental health resources, because when you're going through staff turning on you, people need mental health. They do. That betrayal, it hurts people. People giving you the cold shoulder. All of a sudden they speak today, tomorrow they don't. Right? Trust me, I've had it happen to me. Now, the thing with me is I don't give a damn. So I could care less because I'll show you how I feel. And then you don't like it. But guess what? You asked for that. That's how I am. I give you like the same tea you serving. Oh, you serving bitter tea today? Okay, well, guess what? I'm going to serve you some bitter tea tomorrow. Did you like it? Oh, you didn't like it? Too bad. Because that's the same damn tea you served me. See, that's how I am, though. See, I have learned that game in corrections. That I have to serve you what you served me. See, I can't just be nice. Because when I first came to corrections, I was too nice, you know. They was, oh, you're so nice. You know, I had to learn, right? I had to learn that I could still be nice. But when other people turn on that bitterness, right? They get to serving that sour tea, that bitter tea and stuff. Oh, this is a game they like to play. Oh, okay. I had to go in that closet and pull out that stuff too. Okay, well here, let me serve you some of that. Okay, I see what you like. Here you go. Then they be there, oh, okay, but because that's what you like. Don't act like you don't understand. You do understand. That's what you served me. So I'm just serving it back because that's what you like. Don't play with me. That's what you're going to learn with me. Do not play with me. Don't serve me where I did not serve you. Don't do that. Because I gave you kindness and I gave you that respect. But you took it for foolishness. See, that's what happened. So I'm not going to play that turn on me crap. No, we ain't playing that game. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to respect you. But the moment I tell you like I tell the inmates, there's a line in the sand, right? A line in the sand. It's called respect. And the moment you cross over it and you decide that you want to be disrespectful to me, and I know I haven't disrespected you, it's called game on. That's what's called game on. And you didn't even know it until you cross over it. I don't care who you are at that point. Because I know I didn't go out my way to disrespect you. I know I didn't disrespect you. But see, a lot of people, they don't know how corrections work. They don't understand that staff on staff stuff, right? So they get in their feelings and they be so hurt and they ready to just run out the door. Oh, I gotta go. And you know what? It is people out there that they want you gone off these jobs and they want to run us out of our careers, you know, and all their friends to come in and work. But let me tell you something. Correction is not about building up friendships, okay? It ain't about, oh, bring all your friends here to work. No, it's not. This is not about that. Corrections is a career. This is about building up leadership. This is about discipline, okay? This is a place where you want to grow. It's not about bringing all your friends and relatives here to work with you. No. Okay? Because this might not even be nothing they into. You got to be into this. This got to be something that you want to do. Because there was a time in my life that, honey, I was just all law enforcement. Okay? So, no. You're not finna sit here and play these little games with me. I don't care how you get and how you want to be. You don't want to speak? You ain't got to speak. Because guess what? I came to this world by myself. Guess what? I'm going to leave here by myself. I came to this institution alone. You understand? I ain't come here with 10 people. I came here alone. When you get that in your head, then you can realize, oh, well, shoot, she came by herself. She ain't come here with no friends. I sure didn't. So I'm not looking to make no friends. So the moment that you get that in your head, you can understand that ain't my mission here. My mission in my institution is not to make friends. My mission here is to serve the people. That's what I come to do. Serve the people. It's not to do nothing else. It's to serve the people. So all this staff on staff, I need for a lot of the staff that feel like they get hurt by staff, the betrayal, the unprofessionalism, the leaving them with the unanswered radio calls, the not wanting to talk to them, giving them the cold shoulder, you know, starting these rumors. Girl, let them talk. They can run all across America with the rumors. Go ahead. You know what I always say, if they ain't talking about you, that means you ain't doing nothing. Okay? Give them something to talk about. Let them talk. Please do. If your name ain't on their mouth, girl, you ain't doing nothing. Okay? So let the people talk. Who cares? Let them talk. You hold your head up, you smile, you keep moving. That's what you do. You come there and you do your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You come there to do your job. Because, like I said, the hardest thing in corrections is coming there to serve the people the way you're supposed to and to learn how to do your job from staff. Staff get in the way a lot of times because they're there judging you. They don't even know you. You know, and they're already judging you from looking at who you are, looking at asking you 5,000 questions about, well, where you from? How long you been a nurse? Or how long you been an officer? And trying to tell you this, trying to tell you that, and it's like, what? And the only thing you want is, how do I do my job? Can you show me how to use this equipment? You know, just show me what to do, how I'm supposed to do it. Give me what I need to know. Teach me the ropes. That's what people want to know. People want to know the ropes. People want to know what they need to do, how they need to do it, what you need to be looking out for. Okay? Tell me about what inmate I need to be watching out for and how he is slick with what he do. Okay? Tell me about that. How about that? Okay? And then every now and then you might want to tell me, okay, about Nurse Hatchet, okay? How she be, you need to watch her because when she come over here, the count, she be taking stuff. Or she, you know, you do the count and you count with her. Don't let her do this or that. You know what I'm saying? Or watch this officer. You know, things like that. You know what I mean? But don't come over here asking me a bunch of personal questions, okay, about my life. We're not here for all that. Don't do that. Then you want to start a whole rumor mill. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not do that, okay? Because you found out I got all these degrees or whatever. You find out, and you now you're jealous. See, then now you know, and it just go from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. You know, because somebody find you got more skills than them. You know, things like that. And that's what a lot of it be about. It be about something don't even make no sense, y'all. It just don't make sense. But you put people in a space that's not even worth it. You know, it's not even worth it. People got bills to pay. People got children to go home to. You know, they got things to attend to in their life, and you want to create havoc when they just want to come in here and get to work and they've been have a good day. That's it. They already got to deal with the inmate that, you know, he may come to the window or they may go to the bedside and he good, or he may act a fool today, okay? Because he ain't got his favorite nurse or officer or whoever, you know, serving him today. You know how that go. So let's be real about it. We need to like treat each other with respect and protect your integrity. You know, don't let betrayal make you bitter. Stay professional, even when others aren't. We can't afford to turn on each other, because if we do, we make the job twice as dangerous. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me? Because these are the things that are going on. This is what we're doing in corrections. Individuality is important, but we have to protect your integrity. At all costs. We have to protect it. Don't let your betrayal make you better. Stay professional, even when others aren't. We can't afford to turn on each other, because if we do, we make the job twice as dangerous. And to everyone listening who has felt betrayed by a coworker, you're not alone. Corrections is tough enough. We shouldn't be fighting battles on both sides of the fence. It's time we stop the backstabbing, stop the silence, stop letting our own team become the enemy. If we want corrections to be safer, if we want to go home alive and sane, it starts with us having each other's back. Y'all hear that? Us. We got to start making the change. We got to be the change that we want to see. Nobody else, just us. We got to be that change. We have to be that change. Because like I said, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I come in and certain people get with certain people and then they don't speak to me. But when certain people are not there, they speaking. And it's just stupid. Y'all grown people. Grown people. What, is something wrong with you? Are you caught up in a cult? And this is your cult leader? And when the cult leader is there, oh, I can't speak to you today because my cult leader is here and I'm going to get in trouble. But if my cult leader's not here tomorrow, I can speak to you. It's just dumb. Dumb. And I just look at people and I say to myself, y'all ignorant as hell. Y'all are ignorant as hell. Because you're grown. You're grown. You're damn grown. You're damn grown. You're damn grown. It makes no sense. Something is really wrong with people when they all constantly are looking for validation from other people all the time. It's constant. Constant. I constantly see people just constantly begging for validation, and for the life of me, I can't seem to figure that out. Like, where is that coming from? This constant validation people have. They're constantly craving it. Constantly craving validation from other people. You know? Constantly. Constantly craving it. You know? And I think that's really where a lot of this cold shoulder is coming from, where they all group together with it. Okay, we're gonna all gang up on this one individual. What? And the thing is that y'all all are doing it, but only one person mad at the person. Right? Like, what did she do to y'all though? What did she do to you in particular? Nothing. So then why are you not speaking to her? Well, because is she your cult? Are you in a cult? No. Well, why are you acting like you're in a cult? The people, are you just stupid? Do you live with her? Does she pay your bills? No. You sure? Are you in a membership and you paying the fee? No. You sure? Because if this individual haven't done nothing to me and the only person upset is her, that's her goddamn problem. It ain't my problem. So why am I not going to speak to her? That's just dumb. But once again, we have adults that act like they in high school. Adults. And these are not 20-something-year-olds acting like, these are grown 40 and 50-year-old people, y'all, I'm talking about acting like this. That's what's scary. And they got kids. So I really am afraid to meet their children. Cause what you teaching your kids at home? You teach your kids to act like that? That's what you teach your kids? I ain't speaking to them, so don't you speak to them. That's just dumb. That is just dumb. Yeah, I just, the world we live in, people need to get themselves together at work. Because let me tell you something. I don't know where it's going to happen at. I don't know when it's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you something. It's going to happen. I can see it happening. And the reason why I can see it happening is because it's happening more and more and more that people are choosing to continue to betray people. And they continue to get into these groups and attack one person. And that one person only have an issue with one person in the entire group. But the entire group has decided to band together against them. So you make that one person go into a defense mode where they stress out and they are feeling some kind of way. And that puts them in a depression and mentally stress them out. They're going to spiral. And one day, that one person that you do that to gonna be the wrong one, y'all. And y'all gonna find out the wrong way. Let me tell you, the wrong way. And they're not gonna be a strong person that can say, I don't give a damn about y'all. It ain't bother me. It's gonna be somebody that really, it bothers them to the point that they're gonna show you that it bothers them. And it's not gonna be no pretty thing. It's just not. Because people don't understand. We are adults in a working class world where we come to work, we clock in, and we get paid. This is not high school. This is not high school. This is the working class world. And people should act as such and not treat it like it is something else, high school or college. Because it's not. There is a difference, people. There is a difference, and you have to respect it for what it is. And until people get in that headspace that, you know what, I need to respect people, and if I have a problem with them, I should not put other people in that space with me. And I need to just deal with that one individual one-on-one and leave it at that. And that's what you do. You don't put other people in your problem space and have everybody against that one person. It's just crazy. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen because too many things are going backwards in time for us. They're taking away a lot of things away now. That all this protection on the jobs is going away again. And so that's what's going to open create that space for it to happen because of all of the protection that's going away for people on the jobs that we all had. You know what I mean? So it's going to create that space for something to happen. And I pray that it don't, but I have a really, really, really bad feeling that it will because it keeps happening. People keep forcing people out of the job because they don't like them, because of who they are, because of their skin color, because of their religion, because of their demographics, because they're gay. It's just bad. It's really bad because they're transgender. Oh my, it's just really bad. Instead of just respecting them as a person, you go out your way to disrespect them in every way that you can. And then you give them the cold shoulder, the silent treatment, and you have multiple people doing it with you, and then you talk about them behind their back. And then other people have the nerve to go to them and tell them what's being said. And it makes them feel some kind of way. payback is horrible, y'all, but it happens all the time to people. It happens. It really happens. And unfortunately, staff turn on staff in corrections, it's not a good thing at all. It's not. Like I said, the inmates, they know. And they sit and they watch and they exploit the hell out of it. They truly do. That's why so many situations happen in our institutions, because they know who to play against who in order to get and gain what they want. They know. They know exactly what to do, who to play, how to play, you know? And they do it very well. I must admit, they do it very well. Because we don't know how to take the emotion out of things and just come and do our damn job and smile. Hey, how you doing? All right. And go on and work. No. No. We got to come to work and run our mouth and be mad and talk smack. Right? And not pay attention that the inmates standing around the corner listening to every word come out your mouth. Yeah, And then the inmate tell the inmate, I told you they was upset. I told you, didn't I tell you? I told you, I heard it. Exactly. While he mopping in that same spot for 20 minutes that ain't nobody paying attention to. Yeah. Right. So when I tell you, this is why things go down the way things go down. This is why. This is exactly why. So, I hope and pray that we can definitely find ourselves in a better position and do better to be better, because we got too many institutions in this country, too many prideful nurses and officers and doctors and psych doctors, medical doctors, clinicians, nurse practitioners. I mean, you name it, we got it in corrections. Every level, okay? Too many of them that are very prideful people. But we all have to have respect for one another. We all have to come to work to serve the people. But we need to leave our crap at the gate, okay, before we come in. And we all need to remember that. We don't need to be coming up in here thinking about how we're going to betray somebody at work, how we're going to dog somebody out, how we're going to come in here and not speak to people, right, and gang up on some damn body, right? How we're not going to answer the damn radio call because somebody in trouble on a tier when they need help, right? I mean, it's the stuff that we have to do. We have to do. And when somebody gets reported on, how we're not going to get mad and say, oh, they're a snitch because they told. Who cares? Who cares? So if you're mad because they snitched, then I mean you must be bringing something in too. You must be doing a favor for inmates too. That's the only thing I can see why you would get mad. Why else would you be upset about it? You should have the person's back. So let's think about that for a moment as well. Why else would you not have their back? Unless you're doing dirt. Because if your hands is clean, you should be like, hey, Awesome job. Awesome. One down, hundreds to go. Right? One down, hundreds to go. So let's be better. 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 Now, this episode today gave you something to think about. Share with a colleague. Subscribe wherever you listen. Follow me on Instagram at Correctional Junkie Podcast. You can also listen on iHeart. Thank you again for tuning in to episode 25 of Correctional Junkie. This again is Nurse B. And remember, stay sharp, stay safe, and never stop demanding to be better, y'all. You hear me?